Well, hi there. So I'm finally starting to get my voice back enough to film a video, so I apologize for the long silence on this channel, but I was out of town and then sick, and I'm finally hopefully able to be understood now. So I wanted to show my newest addition. This is the Mr. Darcy from Chic Sparrow. It's the burgundy leather, and it is in personal size. So I wanted something different for fall. I've been in my Malden Phylodori since I created it, and I've really loved it, love the setup. And it is, I mean, it's ochre, so it's definitely a fall color, but I wanted something just richer. And I'd wanted to try out an actual personal size, not just my personal size that I'd made or converted. I didn't sew it from scratch, obviously. And I'd heard wonderful things about the Mr. Darcy leather, and so I decided to check it out. So for those that don't know, this is one of the newest leathers. It marks up very easily, so you can see, let me see if I can, you can see already some little spots. I've had it for, goodness, like a week and a half or so, and been using it as my main planner, so it's already gotten some marks, mostly from this charm. Just to show quickly, this is just going with the fall theme. I found this 4-pack of charms from Michael's that with a 50% off coupon, I think I got for like $2 and change. So I strung it together with some chain I had, and it's very cute. It's got the little squirrel, an acorn, and a little hedgehog, and of course a fox. So it's my little woodland creatures charms. I figured it fit. Let me show. So what it looks like from the top, this is just covering up information. It doesn't usually have that. You'll see that when I go inside. But just as far as how much I've got in it. And the top is just my Tim Holtz tab marker, which you'll see when we go inside. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Sorry, I'm trying to get the zoom correct. All right. So one of the great things about this leather, in addition to just how gorgeous it is, let me show you just how gorgeous that is. It is a very rich burgundy color that has a lot of variation. That's one of the reasons I chose the burgundy over the black or the, I'm trying to remember the names, the toffee and buttered rum. I just loved the variation in this dye. I just thought it was gorgeous. So, and everyone's going to be unique with it. But one of the other great things, that even though it's a very thick leather and it's very sturdy, it's not floppy at all, it still lays flat immediately. You don't have to train it. You just open it up and it's flat. So this is not quite the newest, because I saw in Carrie Harlan's recent video, that Jennifer is now cutting little half circles in here to make it easier to get stuff out. But it is the newer pocket layout in that it's not secretarial on both sides. So in the front here, I just have a little sticky pad and some stickers, and then I can't even get it out, but there's also a little flag up there, and then I just have some page flags. These fit normal credit cards wonderfully, and this way it'll do it vertically here and then horizontally in this pocket. I just don't like having cards up at the front. I like to use my card holders instead. So that's why I'm using these for stationery stuff instead. I have money in here because this does serve as my wallet as well. And right here, what is very covered up, because I couldn't find a good way to not show my personal information, is all of the rest of my wallet stuff. You can kind of see how it's set up. What I did is I took two Filofax personal size card holders, so with the normal holes and everything, and I figured out just a good way to show. I took them and I just used masking tape, packing tape, and laid them down and taped them together. Really simple, and then just threaded them onto an elastic, and this way I have room for 12 cards, or 12 slots. I have multiple cards in each slot because I carry a lot of stuff in my wallet. But I'm sorry I can't show you, but it's a lot of personal information in there, but that is, all of my wallet stuff is at the front. So after that, I have my grocery list that I just have on one of the sticky notes that you can get at Walmart. I think they're still available, the iPhone sticky notes. And I just have that all clipped onto the front of my monthly planner. This is a cheap 2015-2016. I also have on this pin loop my Twisby Rose Gold. And I have Diamond Turquoise. That's one of my favorites right now. Twisme and Benny in the rose gold and white. It's a discontinued pen because of the rose gold flaking, but I do love this pen. And so, yeah, I just have that clipped on to have a fountain pen handy. On the inside, one of the things I love about these cheap little planners are that they have these plastic sleeves, and so I use them as extra pocket. This is just some other information that I needed to have handy, and so I can just do it just like that. Most of you have seen my other videos. The monthly setup hasn't changed. It is the exact same planner that I moved over from my Philodori, and it actually fits correctly in this size. This is the standard personal size. So I moved to all black instead of doing my color coding I had done in the past. Only mark things off like travel or long-term things or school breaks. Let's see. Yeah, there's no school days in washi. But other than that, it's just all of my appointments, anything that's timed or on a particular day, I write down there. And then this is just a spare scrap from laminating that I slit a hole in, put a paper clip through, and then attached this tab at the top so that I can easily move it to the next month, which is almost here. I can't believe it's almost October, y'all. I mean, I'm excited because I love fall, but it's still crazy. All right, so that is my monthly, and on the back I just have a sticky pad that I have some people that I needed to call. So now we go into my weekly, and it looks the same because it's the same scrapbooking paper on the outside that was in my Philodori, but I did decide to do different inserts. I've been using the ones from Boho Cottage for several months now, since she released them to the public, since she actually started selling them in her Etsy shop. And I love them, they're gorgeous. But I decided I wanted to do something different. So rather than buy the standard personal size, because the ones I was using were a custom size, I decided to try out the Growing Up Goddess inserts. I'll show you first what a blank one looks like. It's very simple. It's just a week on 2 pages with grids. I did the Monday start because that's what I prefer. But I love how versatile it is. Because it is so plain, you can really make it your own. I had missed having the weekly chart that I got used to with Boho Cottage, so I just used the grids to make my own, and this way I can customize and have as many different topics as I need and grow that, and then this is just any other notes that I need. And then I just filled it up with all of my usual stuff. I didn't do a whole lot of decorating. All of my stuff is functional. Almost all of it. Obviously, the grass washi is not functional, but this is my son's tell and show, which is what his teacher calls it for this year. It's also his star day, because he had to make a poster about himself. The Leche League meeting yesterday. This is my reminder that I had to return some books or renew some library books. Tomorrow we have all sorts of appointments for my son. I color code my laundry stickers that I make. So this is my youngest son, this is my oldest son, this is my husband and me. And yeah, we have to pet sit for a neighbor. So this is really working for me. I'm liking the room. I mean, it's probably a little bit less space than I had before, especially just because this is a narrower insert period. But I feel like without all of the beautiful decoration that I had in the Boho Cottage, I can get a lot more information and really make it my own a lot better. So I'm liking these. And obviously, I've only done 1 week in here, but I think that I'm going to be happy staying in here. And in the back, I have my meal planning just stuck on here. This is actually from last week because I forgot where I'd put it, and so I didn't do it for this week in here. But yeah, that is my weekly insert. So next I have a folder that I made. I just did it simple. I didn't do any back pockets, but I found this gorgeous paper that I had in one of my kits, one of my sets from Bella Carta. It's an Echo Paper Company paper, but it's very thick. It's not just normal cardstock. It's kind of textured and gorgeous. So I'm just using this to hold my stickers that I've made, that I put on my weekly inserts. As well as I moved this over as my Project Life card with some stickies in there. And then a couple of stickers that I've been racked that are more decorational than... Decorational, is that a word? I don't know. They're more for decoration than anything else. So that's currently all I have in the folder, is just that. So I had to change up my picture insert. I get a lot of questions about this, so I went ahead and grabbed what it is. You can see it is from Stap Studio. Sorry for the glare. It's the 3x4, 4x6 pocket pages. I just got this at Michael's. You can see that's what it looks. And obviously it's for doing project life or scrapbooking of some sort. But I use it to hold pictures in here, and it is the perfect size for a ringed binder if you just repunch the holes, a personal size ring binder, or when I had my Philodori, the personal size, it was the perfect size for that, but it was a bit too wide and too tall for the standard Traveler's Notebook personal size. And so I had to just trim things down, and it's working fine. I had to trim down the pictures and Project Life cards a bit, and then trim down the actual plastic a bit, but I like it. It's a way to add pictures of my kids easily. And then I have on the other side here, I'll get to that in a second. But this last notebook is, as it says, for notes. These are the inserts that were fitting in my Philodori, but this one didn't have that. You can see where I cut it here. I cut off a little bit of the text, but it was plain enough that I was able to trim this down to fit. And this I'm just using, I haven't got it fully set up yet just because I haven't had time, it's been busy. But the things that I was keeping track of in my notes insert in my Philodori, the first insert, I'm gonna move some of those over here, only the ones that I need on the go and would need when out and about. And also just to have a place for scrap paper. So that's what this notebook is. It's blank at the moment, but that's the point. And then I just have Ollie clipped on that other picture of my son because I have Ollie clipped in here, the back, and I had to clip this closed because I'd trimmed it down. It wasn't staying as well, but I just put all of my coupons in here. So now it's slightly less convenient than when I had the top loading envelope, but it still works totally fine to just access that like that and get all that I need for my wallet stuff. And in the back here, I just have a couple of sheets from the Reset Girls shop. Just some planner stickers that I got from her. So, yeah. And in my back pin loop, this does, the Mr. Darcy is always deluxe. It doesn't come without the deluxe features. And so it does have a built-in pin loop, and I just have a Papermate flare in there. So that's what I've been using to write lately. I did of course I printed out and made this insert. Growing Up Goddess you can buy them from her, but I wanted to go ahead and get them done. And so I went out and bought the HP, I think it's 32 pound paper. The really, really nice premium paper. And it is incredible. There's no bleed through whatsoever using my flares. Even with a fountain pen, there's no bleed through. And so I'm really happy with the quality of that paper. I'm glad that I decided to get it. So that is how I have everything set up. Everything that I need for on the go is right there, and I just love the way it looks. Especially, I moved back into my whipping post tote as my main bag for fall, and I love, because the Malden and the ochre just kind of blended in, it didn't stand out at all, and so I love the way this looks paired with it. Little thing, not really functional or doesn't really matter, but most of the people watching this video like those sorts of things, so and pay attention to those details. So I just love the way that this leather looks. So obviously, if you do not like your binders, your notebooks to look marked up, Mr. Darcy would not be the leather for you. But if you like your notebooks to tell a story, then definitely check it out. I know that she's had some of the different leathers and colors in and out of stock, so I don't know what's available now, but check out ChicSparrow.com. I will link it down below. I hope this was a helpful video just to show how I have things set up for now. And I would love any feedback you have. I'd love to hear if you've been changing things over for fall, whether it's your divider colors, if you're in a ringed binder, your entire notebook, if you're in a ring binder or a traveler's notebook, or just what you're doing differently to embrace this cooler weather that's finally coming in. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't to see what's coming up. And thank you so much, as always, for watching. Bye.